Hello and welcome to a new sketchbook tour. My name is Melissa. I said that really weird. Sketchbook tour. I am based in Toronto. I'm an artist, illustrator, and graphic designer who just finished a sketchbook. March 12th to July 5th, 2023, so very recent. Sophie McPike sticker, Intergalactic Peach Patrol sticker, Sophie McPike washi tape, Sophie Intergalactic Peach Patrol, random sticker, Tink illustration, and one of mine. This is a Talon's Art Creations sketchbook. I think it's the A5 size. Very messy back spread, testing out art materials and things. Let's get into it. This first page is always really weird and awkward, so nothing there. This we did together on a video, starting a sketchbook. We did this together in a video. It is of Portney in the Isle of Skye based on a photo that my friend gave me. I will link the video. Just some people. I'm doing a 100 people, I called it a painting project, but it's really just a drawing project to get better at drawing people. These ones are not great. These are based on photos that I took from a trip to Japan 2019. So I was just looking through my photos and found some full-length people and drew them using a Pentel pocket brush pen and a little bit of color pencils. This is a map crunch session of Japanese countryside images. Just really quick, 2 minutes each, using watercolor in here. And this paper does not love watercolor, but I love how watercolor acts on this paper. Some Neocolor 2 vase drawings, just from Pinterest photos. Some more using a brush pen, and I think a little bit of gouache. This is a single line blind contour drawing of my table here and my kitchen counter over there. I love doing single line blind contour drawings where you just don't lift your pen off the paper and keep drawing. I actually have an ongoing project that I started on my birthday this year of self-portraits that I'm doing that way, so that's been fun every day. This is a painting that I used, want to say acrylic ink as the base, and then went over it with color pencil and Neocolor 2s. This is of our camping spot where we go. That's our dog right there. I love this mixed media style, with like the paint as a base layer and then coloring over with color pencils and Neocolor 2s. This was a trip to the Art Gallery of Ontario that I took my niece on for her birthday, her 17th birthday. And these drawings, we sat in the gallery and drew from the paintings hanging on the wall. So I love doing that. There's a couple of those in here. Some more people. I think I looked up like turn of the century or Victorian era outfits. I'm up to number 73 here. This was acrylic ink I used, and then some pencils and I think some. So here we got some like drawing sticks, some like really chalky drawing sticks from the art store. So I think I used those on the background here, but I actually saw this. I saw a squirrel sitting on a bike like this on one of our daily walks, and my aunt, who passed away in 2020, loved squirrels, and she was like big into like squirrel photography and like doing little setups and things to get the squirrels to interact with, like, you know, little teacups or minions or whatever. And she said, anytime you see a squirrel doing something cute, that's me saying hi. So this is my Aunt Ruth in my sketchbook as a cute little squirrel sitting on a bike. More people. I love drawing people with this brush pen. I think it's so fun. Although you'll see as the sketchbook develops toward the end that I've kind of started working in a new style for people. This is gouache with color pencil and Neocolor 2s on top. And this is actually a camping spot that my dad used to take my sister and I to when we were young. Lake McRae. This is done at a spa. This drawing was done at a spa. My friend and I went for a couples massage, which was very nice actually, and a steam. Some oil and oil pastel flowers. This is a flower that another aunt sent me a picture of. Which is very fun to get like really heavy-handed with the oil pastels. And I think we have another. Yep, we have another. Very fun. And this is just parchment paper, like kitchen parchment paper that you would use for baking. I find it very handy to not get smushy. This is my Aunt Anne's garden. This was me doing a little study, composition study. So I just went first with pencil and tried to sketch out. These are all based on photos, just from my like Google Photos. I think I searched tree or something like that, or nature. And then I decided to color them in with some color pencils. It's a fun page. This was an art hang party where I think the theme this week was coastal landscapes. So it's all like, well, you know what coastal landscapes are. If you don't know what art hang party is, it's a weekly live stream that I do on YouTube and Twitch, and for about an hour and a half every week we all get together and draw. So I curate a collection of reference photos based on a theme that we decide the week before, and then yeah, we just have fun. So these ones I did with watercolor again. Very fun. This is just a random quilt page that I worked on over a couple of days, with some gouache in the background and then color pencils on top. Some more people. This is my first time doing like a group of people all connected together. This was based on like one single photograph, but it was fun. More random map crunching. I gotta use watercolor in these sketchbooks more. This is acrylic. No, this is gouache, I think. It's hard to tell. I should write what it is because I never remember. Yes, I think it's gouache. And then color pencil Neocolor 2s on top. I guess I should be protecting these pages a little because there's some bleed, but that's okay. And this is oil pastel of Joshua Tree landscape. Looking into the desert. I think I did those ones on a Twitch stream on an art disco. This is gouache. I remember this is gouache, and color pencil Neocolor 2s, and this is of the Mullion Cove Llama Fields, and it's from a picture that Melanie Chadwick posted on her Substack. Melanie Chadwick is an artist illustrator based in Cornwall, I think. She's got a very nice YouTube channel here, and also a very fun Substack. Okay, I really don't like that they have these strings in sketchbooks. I should cut them out. Just get in the way. Just a duck. Gouache, color pencil, Neocolor 2s. Yeah, those pencils really transfer. This is just a fun little drawings. These are the planters outside of our condo building at the front door. I used a brush pen and Neocolor 2. And then I did the reverse here, so Neocolor 2 and then brush pen. Fun. This is another art hang party. This is coastal landscapes. The other one I think was just landscapes. We don't always do landscapes, and I often don't do art hang parties in the sketchbook. I have like my little 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter version that I use most of the time. But I think we did all 2 minutes on this day. But these are so fun. I love how these ones turn out because you really have no control of watercolor, especially on this paper and especially in 2 minutes. Yeah, these were also 2 minutes. Yeah, that was fun. This is just a drawing that I think it was based on a photo that I took on our morning walk at the marina, just around the corner from us here. I think I used my brush pen and some water brush. This was a screen cap drawing session with Sophie McPike over on her Patreon. And it's screen caps from the movie The Last Unicorn, which I still have to watch because I haven't. I will link to Sophie below because you should follow her everywhere. This was doodles that I did on a FaceTime call with my niece, or Facebook Messenger call, whichever it is. This was her the filter that she kept putting over her face. It was a cat that would vomit fish skeletons. Very fun. This is a plein air piece that I did when we were sitting at the Music Garden Park with a friend. I think that was this day. Gouache and then color pencil Neocolor 2s. Yeah. This is me forgetting how to do urban sketching that I used to do a lot last year, but it's been a while. Anyway, cute. No, that before we were just sitting at the Music Garden. This is when we were sitting at the Music Garden with our friend. This is all Neocolor 2s. Just a very nice colorful tree. This is gouache again, based on a photo, old family photo in my grandma's garden. And then this is when I got got some fluorescent yellow and fluorescent pink acrylic ink. Very fluorescent, as you can tell. It's like coming through the background. This is also the Music Garden, and I did this one based on a photo that I took probably when we were walking back. And then this is the yellow, fluorescent yellow background, just based on, this is based on a Pinterest photo, random landscape. And then this is a photo that one of my friends posted on Instagram that I thought, hey, why not? But I love being loose, so loose with the watercolors in this book. It's so fun. It is so fun. This is just, again, another random drawing. I think this is watercolor in the background and some pencil on top with notes to myself. Sketch with color pencil, then do shadows, then highlights and midtones, and then go back and do more shadows. Good lessons. This is just me playing with watercolor in here. I think these are just Pinterest photos probably. But I love how abstract they are. If you look at my watercolor drawings from like previous, like last year when I was doing them, they're beautiful, but they're so like controlled. I like being messy. I'm in my messy phase. More people. I think these are all Lucy and Yak product photography. One day I will own a piece of Lucy and Yak, pair of dungarees or something. This is a I did this one on Art Disco live stream as well. So I used the fluorescent yellow paint and acrylic ink in the background, but I toned it down with some white, so that's the colors that you can see peeping through here. And this is of a photo from the Tai-O fishing village that I took back on our trip to Japan and Hong Kong 2019, which we're going back to Japan in October. I'm so excited. So get ready for lots of content around that. Another Tai-O fishing village. This is just color pencil, Neocolor 2s. I did this on the stream as well, but just super loose. And yeah, fun. This is some new calligraphy ink that I got for my glass tip pen. Yeah, just swatching it out and then doing some quick color studies. Very fun. This is me drawing with acrylic ink. just a blue acrylic ink. And these were based on chicken butt live cams on YouTube. So like of zoos or, you know, the, I don't know, penguin something or other. These are some pretty flower illustrations that I did based on some old botanical illustrations from the website oldbookillustrations.com. There's a lot of illustrations in one sentence. I used my brush pen to do the outlines, and then I colored it in with color pencil, which I don't normally use color pencil in this way, but they're pretty. This spread I did when we took a trip over to Toronto Island, which is like, you know, across the water from us here. But I made a video of that, which is a very fun, cute video. Just using color pencil and Neocolor IIs. I like that one. This I also did plein air. Did I record that one? I don't think I recorded this one. I might have. I don't know. If I did, I'll link it. If not, I use gouache and color pencil and Neocolor IIs. I really do need to come up with like a code word for that. The trifecta. I use the trifecta. And I made this gouache palette. This is the Holbein Iridori Summer colors, I think. This color I made up, just a mix of white and yellow and a little bit of red. Anyway, but I like using the gouache dry now. I think it works for me very well. And lets me take this outside with me, no trouble. Using that calligraphy ink again, just doing some quick studies of landscapes. Actually, these were stills from videos from our trip to Toronto Island a couple days before. Some pigeon drawings. I signed up for the 7-day trial of Emma Carlisle's Patreon, so this was one of some of the reference photos that she had. Ooh, that's crunchy. Over there, they're very fun. I would like to scan these and see what they look like turned into vector art. I think that'd be cute. That'd make a fun pattern. Some strawberries in acrylic paint. This I have a video of doing. I did this plein air. This is the park across the street. Heavy body acrylic paint in the background, and then Neocolor IIs and a little bit of color pencil. Silly. Speaking of silly, this is my, like, I think this is like my favorite design. If you ask me, hey Melissa, what's your favorite design on anything ever? I'm gonna say it's this Disseco pasta box, the Fusilli number 34 pasta box. The colors, the fonts, the way it's laid out, the illustration, the peekaboo window, the side details, like the design on this is just perfect. So this is brush pen and watercolor, and then this is a single line blank contour drawing of the box, which is very fun, and equally silly that I've drawn this now 3 times because I have one in my self-portrait book as well. It's so silly. This here, I signed up for a Domestika course. What is it? Character Creation from Observation Drawings with Sarah Van Dongen. It's such a good course. So well taught. Her explanations on everything is like really nice and clear, and like informative, and just makes you feel like you can do it. She's a great teacher. Sarah's a great teacher. I'll link it below. So this is just me going through the course here. Like how to construct a face, you know, how the eyes sit mid-face, and anyway, take the course. Take the course. Construction of the body, proportions and things, how to draw hands. More class study. I really like the style of doing it where you lay down the color first and then you add the details on top, like the blocks of, you know, the form, and then you add the details with the color. That was fun. That's Sarah right there, although it doesn't really look like her, but that's her. Some more from the course, doing some more detailed illustrations. And then this is my grandma. My sister sent me this picture of our grandma. They're helping my parents clean out their basement, and she was sending me all kinds of pictures and things. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try drawing grandma, and I like it. Actually, really looks like her. So I think that's one of my favorite things I've made in a very long time. Just cute. And then these are my niece, my niece trying on my mom's old wedding dresses. That does not look like her face at all, but that one kind of more looks like her. Anyway, it's not about looking like the person, it's about representing a person. And I'm really happy with like how I got the sheerness on the sleeves and stuff. More people, using what I've learned from the illustration course, the character illustration course. Yeah, so I'm really loving drawing people in this style now and making everybody wear strawberry shirts, as you will see. This one I did outside. I did this plein air. We went back over to the music garden where there's always a ton of people when it's nice outside, and we kind of sat in a spot where we could see like these girls sitting there, but I don't think that they saw me drawing them. If they did, who cares? Anyway, I was just basing the like formed on them, and then everything else is kind of made up. They were dressed like almost in all black, so I made up their outfits. This girl I don't like. This girl I like. And the composition is probably a little bit wonky too, but that's okay. I wanted to get the foliage in here, is my excuse. This one I also did plein air at the park across the street. We have so many parks around us, and so I feel so lucky every time. So, but this one is directly across the street. A little squirrel. There's my aunt saying hi again. More people drawing outside. This pose was perfect, so I'm very happy that I captured that. And then at first her leg was like pointing down, like she was laying flat, and then she kicked her leg up in the air. I was like, oh, that's perfect. Get that in. Same day, more people. Strawberry shirt. This is the prep for my final project for the character illustration class. And then I ended up drawing myself and my two cats in various poses. I'm not loving the faces on these ones, but I think it's I think these are cute. I should try more of this. And I don't love the background color, but that's okay. This was another Sophie McPike Patreon drawing session. I watched the replay on this. I couldn't make it live, but she curated some vintage curio photos. Yeah, I used a blue Pentel brush pen for this. It's a new fun toy. This clown here is terrifying. They're not all successful drawings, but it's fun. It's fun. This one really turned out. I really like that one. And you can tell I was not at all happy with her face. And then I went to the Art Gallery of Ontario again and went to see a new exhibit that they have there on Helen McNichol and Mary Cassatt. And then I came home with the book, the exhibition book, so it's like filled with tons and tons and tons of paintings of theirs. So I've started doing some studies of them, and this is Helen McNichol, The Little Worker, and it's oil pastel. It's very cute. I think the rest of the sketchbook is pretty much mostly studies of the paintings. This is another Helen McNichol called Buttercups. This I use Neo Color 2s. Another, oh, this is a Mary cassette called Summertime. Use Neocolor 2s. And then people, I should number these actually. So continuing on with the style of the character illustration class. And these are based on Pinterest photos. More strawberry shirts. Eventually I want my wardrobe to be filled with strawberry shirts. This is me playing with a, I think it's a Fano China marker. Just like a waxy. It's a wax, like a wax resist kind of style marker. I was looking for a white Neocolor 1 at the art store, but they didn't have it, so they recommended I try this. She thought that might work well, and it did. So you can see the white bits over on this side are white because I laid that down, and then you can't really see it over here because it's really subtle, but it worked over here as well. And then I just used gouache over top, so that's fun. That's something that I should play with more. Some high contrast photography studies using the blue Pentel brush pen. I was not in a mood to do anything spectacular. I think they're fine. Like, they get the point across here. I don't know if you can tell that's Madonna. That's Madonna. That's not Audrey Hepburn, but it looks like Audrey Hepburn. Anyway, they're fun. It's a good study. More studies. This is a Helen McNichol, Under the Shadow of the Tent. I love this painting. It's two women on the beach. Obviously I mean, not obviously, but I see them as painters, like sketchbooks in a pochade box. But what really caught my eye in this painting when I saw it in real life is this little guy up here. Just like this tiniest little brush mark is so convincing as somebody swimming out in the water. I love it. I did these this one, and this one on Art Disco live stream on Twitch with Ray. So Art Disco is where Ray, he mixes house music, and then I do a painting of sorts alongside him. And this is a Helen McNichol Sunny Days. Back to the Art Gallery of Ontario. Look at me being cultured. I went with my friend Susie, and we went back to the McNichol cassette exhibition, and then we were wandering through and we're like, oh, let's draw something. So when we said that, we were in a Henry Moore sculpture wing. So these are Henry Moore sculptures. This one I did a blind single line contour, and the rest I kind of looked, but I'm not sure there's much difference. And then we did these ones while we were there as well. So this painting I look at every time. Well, both of these I look at every time I'm there, but I've never noticed until I drew this painting that there's somebody painting in the car here. And the painting is called The Painter. So I just found that like so funny when I learned what the painting name was, because for the amount of times I've probably stared at this painting for a good solid like 10 minutes altogether, and all of the times that I've seen it, and I've never put together that there's somebody sitting in the car painting until the other day. But there's not normally the paintings have like, you know, the little card, who painted it, when, what they used, blah blah blah. There's nothing around this painting. So it wasn't until we were in the gift shop and they had a print of it that I saw who the painter was. William Kerfleck, and the painting is called The Painter. And then this is an Augustus Edwin John called the Marchesa Cassati. And I think this painting, take this painting out and put it in a museum in the Family Guy. Like if the Family Guy were to draw this painting, this is exactly how it would turn out, I think. And then that's the end of the sketchbook. This is me trying to figure out what greens I need when I was at the art store. So these are all the greens that I had. And then this is me trying to figure out from all the greens that were there what to add. And yeah, artist drawing pastels. That's what we used earlier. Some stamps, and that's it. That is the end of my sketchbook tour. I have started a new one already. We didn't do that together. But if you'd like a sneak peek, let's do a bonus sneak peek. Here we go. Same sketchbook. Creature of Habit. Intergalactic Peach Patrol, Sophie McPike, me, and played a record from an artist called Sad Stab. So Played a Record is a art store, not an art store, a record store. And yeah, so continuing on from our art gallery day that we just ended on, these are drawings that we did when we got home from there. So we did another study. This is a Helen McNichol landscape with cows. So me and my friend, I mean, she did it in her own sketchbook, but we did that. Oh, I've got a cat. Yeah, and then this is all Neocolor 2s. And then this is Neocolor 2, just a random bouquet that I made up in my head, probably based on the ones that we saw previously. And then just today, I did these. More studies, but more of like a draw this in your style. So this is a Mary Cassatt, Young Women Picking Fruit. And then this is a Helen McNichol, The Apple Gatherer. So taking their paintings and transferring them into the way that I learned how to draw people in the character illustration class. So I'm very happy with how these came out. I used the fluorescent acrylic inks on the background here. I wouldn't have, but I did that yesterday. So when I went to make these today, it was there. So I use them. I think they're fun. Gonna do more of this, please. And then that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that sketchbook tour, and I will see you soon, probably for another one. Okay, bye.